Hey heroes, you ever want to reminisce on your favorite live action scenes with one of your best friends? Well, old Kyle Cage and I here are going to do just that. And we want to do it with all of you. So please, please, please join us. Like, share, subscribe. Get your family in here. Get your kids in. Let's all have a conversation. Let's hang out with each other. Let's talk about our favorite film scenes. Kyle and I are going to go through a huge list that we kind of compiled. You guys tell us yours. We don't want to just talk to each other. We always say this. I love you, Kyle, but I don't love you that much. I
No,
love the people more.
we talk every day. We want to include you guys in the conversation. We pretty much know what the other one's gonna
Yeah,
say for the most
exactly.
part.
Kyle's brain is in my brain at this point of our lives. But yeah,
So
Kyle.
we want to get your brains in here. Make sure to
Yes.
head over to Hosts4Hire podcast. That's Hosts4Hire with the number 4 podcast, so that you can join in all the conversations on all the socials. We would really appreciate it.
The first one that comes into your mind, Kyle.
First one that pops into my mind when I think of my favorite live action superhero scenes, I'm gonna have to go with Cap wielding Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Yeah.
It's just
It's hard. It's
so
extremely
good.
hard to top. Do you guys have one? And tell us in the comments that you have that tops that. That for you personally, whatever the reason may be, tell us the reason uh that you love that scene more than Cap wielding Mjolnir, because that just has again to like I'm sure you were gonna say it hits on so many levels. It hits on being a thing that got started in Age of Ultron.
It's a callback.
Right, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's a callback. It's badass.
It's
He does
so
things he
badass.
does things with Mjolnir that Thor
And the
never did
shield,
with the shield,
bro.
because he has the shield. Like there's
The way
just
he throws the shield behind him and then hits it with Mjolnir and brings it back, bro.
peak.
And then on top of that, the theater experience. I
Mm,
was on my feet standing. You were right next to me, and
yep.
literally the entire and we weren't the weird ones.
No,
It
no,
was the
the
whole
entire
theater.
row, the entire theater, like every single person jumped to their feet and started screaming.
Like
Like
people were clapping. It was just so cool. I would really be interested to know if you guys out there have a personal scene that gave you one of those moments
mhm,
that tops that for you.
yeah.
Um, a more because there's categories of scenes too, right? Like
Mhm,
that one, like you said, is grander. There's
yeah.
this huge amount of badassery, huge amount of just grandeur to it. There's so much setup. It's so big.
There's a
But
lot of
there's also
payoff.
a lot of smaller scenes that are extremely good. There's scenes that are good because they're emotional.
Mhm,
There's scenes that are good because of the writing,
mhm.
all that. So we're gonna try to get into a bunch of that. One for me that is more on cinematography and just the beauty of the scene is when Namor is showing Shuri Talokan for the first time, and you get to go the music, the
Mhm.
just the cinematography in the water, it was
The
just so beautiful.
the atmosphere they were able to create, and like
Yes.
the feeling of that culture being so unique.
When
It
Shuri's going
was
through that slipstream and it's that blackness
mhm.
of the ocean and then into that vibrant light and beautiful colors and shit. Dude, that was just so Ryan Coogler is a true mastermind.
Yeah. Going along with that as well, in the first Black Panther, when they reveal Wakanda for the first time, when they fly through the shield and Wakanda appears, very
Yes,
similar vibes. Where like
yes, the
took
music,
he
the
kind of took
scenery.
yeah, he took that and built upon it in the
Yeah.
second one.
No, no,
Like
you're absolutely
yeah.
right because that scene has the same thing where it's that like African tribal music starts
Mhm.
playing and they cross that border and it's just the sun is shining. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
So not everything has to be badass, right? Which
Yeah.
if we're talking badass, one of the scenes that comes to my mind is Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Oh.
That fight of them in the desert.
That
Like
first one.
it's
Yeah.
so it's so cool.
It's
Like
raw. That one
that one,
feels really raw. Like there's
it
not a lot of like flash and glamour
no,
to it. It's just a beat down. Like it's
yeah,
just a
it's
beat
so
'em
cool.
up.
Like
Like
it's not this grandeur of context. It's not like this like all thing. It's just awesome.
yep.
Like just awesome. Uh,
That's really good. Even like really small moments, like really small things. Like I really loved. It's probably my only thing I enjoyed about the Flash. Was when he's running. When he's time traveling, and like the way
oh,
they
his legs
animate
start
his
going
like
backwards,
yes, that it's very small detail, super cool.
dude.
I remember seeing that for the first time and being like, oh, that was cool. Like
Yeah,
in a movie that was objectively kind of
bad.
trash. Like
I
that was
hated
that was
almost every other aspect of him
yeah,
running in that movie,
that was a
but
cool
that I
moment.
did think was cool conceptually.
Yep.
Like, you know, like there's a lot of scenes that we have written here too, and like things that I love personally as a fan, that are conceptual, um, gems. Just because like
Mhm.
that's something that I like doing. You know, like I like thinking of like just like weird little things. And so when seeing that in movies, that's super cool. That was one of them. You know, like that. Like I guess it would make sense that like if you were running so fast that you start running backwards in time, to maybe your legs would look weird.
Yeah, it
You
would
know,
look like
like
you're running
you're running but backwards.
backwards.
Like
Yeah, in
you know, like
time. Like
so that is actually really cool. Speaking
yeah.
of that though, on the Flash tip, Makari, her speedster scene
Mm.
in Eternals, I I stand on the hill that that is the best speedster scene that we've gotten in a live action. And like Eternals gets like such hate and like such a bad rep. I really don't understand it. If you're somebody
Me
that hates
neither.
Eternals, please get in our comments and tell us why.
Because both
Um,
of us love that movie. I don't know. Like it wasn't the
there's
best
so many cool scenes.
yeah, it wasn't like the best MCU, it wasn't like mind-blowingly good, but it was good.
It's
It
great.
wasn't
Yeah,
bad by
yeah.
any mean.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Especially the end, like the
Yeah.
Eternals versus Icarus, and like that was just so sick.
Yeah,
Um,
but like you were pointing out, Makari being a problem for him,
dude,
like
yeah, like
being
she
the
just
problem.
like that's she shows a potential that I really want to see in the DC universe of what Flash can do,
Yeah.
even to Superman. Like you
Name
know, like
get in the comments
there's
and
just
name a cooler speedster scene. I would love to watch it because I can't
agreed,
think of one. I don't think there
agreed.
is one.
There's cool ones,
Yeah,
but, like to the level of ass whooping that she's dealing out to Icarus, where he can't do anything about it.
and he's getting
Awesome,
frustrated. You can see
yeah,
it. Like fuck
like
this little oh.
like awesome.
You know, another movie that I think is really underrated is Blue Beetle. I
Mm,
think that got a lot more hate than it should have. Consider, I mean, granted, it was the end of the DCEU, which
yeah,
wasn't doing very well at that point.
so I do get
Uh,
it.
I
But
get it,
it did do
but
good enough to where I'm pretty certain that he's gonna be the Blue Beetle of the
I
DCU.
hope so. I really hope so, dude. Some of the things they
Me too.
did in that movie with the transforming of the suit, like
Yeah.
some of the like swords and like weapons that he had, were so cool.
Yeah. The Buster Sword.
Yeah,
He
that's
has the
that.
bust. He pulls the Buster Sword.
I don't know a better way to
Uh,
put that, you know.
I was trying to watch that scene in my mind as you were saying it. Yeah, that shit is awesome. When he like flips it, puts it on his shoulder. I was like, oh,
Someone there is a fan of Final Fantasy VII for
right. Like,
sure.
and we thank you, sir, and
Thank
we
you.
thank you.
Another I got another DCEU one that just like d- got more hate than it should have. And again, why did the DCEU get so good at the end with Blue Beetle and Black Adam?
Oh
Why
no,
why why did it get so good right at the end after it was written off?
dude, I have Black Adam on my list too. Which one are you talking about? Which scene?
The first introduction to Doctor Fate, when when he comes in and he starts like altering for the first
Dude,
time,
all
just
the
that.
Doctor Fate scenes in that
Hmm.
movie. First, obviously, actor choice.
Hmm.
Just
Pierce
tr-
Brosnan killed
truly
that role.
chef kiss, dude.
Yeah.
But the way that they made it to where like every scene he was in, he was living as if he already had lived it. Like his character was constantly in the future. That was such a cool, again, like that conceptual stuff that I
Hmm.
love so much. Such a cool take on the what it would be to live as Dr. Fate.
Yeah, to be
Like
Dr. Fate.
like
Like,
just so cool, man. Like uh his death scene though for me is what
oh,
I have written down.
hmm
Like when he's fighting, I forget the name of that like weird like super genie thing that he's fighting at the end.
yeah, yeah, I can't
Um,
remember.
but when it's like the mask and then it's showing from the perspective and then it like the camera zooms in and it's another Dr. Fate and then the camera zooms in on his mask and it's another Dr. Fate and like each
And
reflection
it's
is another
splitting
one.
itself. Yeah.
Dude, that scene is dude, that is one of the coolest like camera work scenes and just like conceptual scenes that I have seen in a comic book movie.
Like, yeah,
Like just
whoever
flat out.
whether it was the director or whoever thought of the way to shoot that is an absolute
Just
genius.
genius,
Never
dude.
seen anything
Using
like
the
that before.
reflections off that dope mask, like
Yeah.
just
Another
peak,
one,
bro.
another scene that pops
It's a
into my
good one.
mind, and I'm sure you probably have done too, is the Hawkman and Black Adam scene from that, where
Oh,
Hawkman
dude.
comes in and just blasts him like every time.
Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, again, it needs to go down. It needs to continue. Like
Yeah,
if I forget the actor who played Blue Beetle's name, but if he did good enough to play Blue Beetle again, Aldous Hodge did good enough to play Hawkman again, dude.
more
Oh,
than good enough.
like dude, yes. The scene with him fighting Black Adam, like just the tenacity of I'm not stronger than you, but
But I
I'm
won't
not
stop.
going to stop. Like is so cool, man. Like
Yeah,
yes. This is a fun episode because now
yeah,
my brain is flooded full of these like awesome scenes,
yeah. It makes me want to go watch all these movies again,
dude. For
except
real.
except for the Flash.
No, we can't do the Flash again.
Let's try and think. There's got to be another scene from it.
Michael Keaton is cool.
Michael,
You know,
pretty much
like
anything with Michael
that
Keaton
he
in
was
it.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, now that when he kicks out of the plane, when it's like
Mm,
spinning and he like kicks out of the plane, that shit was cool.
yeah, yeah.
I hate that the coolest parts of the Flash movie has nothing to do with the Flash. like,
That's true. It's sad but true. Yeah.
like I can think of the coolest part that I think of him is like when they're doing like the like whole like run and then like their like feet connect and it like closes the loop and like
Yeah,
does
and
like
then
the
they
big explosion.
burst off. Yeah.
Like that was cool, but like that was it. I
I
guess
mean,
there.
yeah, compared to Batman in that movie, it just wasn't as good.
No, like I can't think of
Like,
anything. No,
I don't know.
like yeah,
I don't know. There's just like tons of things in the MCU, like small things, like even like the way they ended Loki season 2, like just that simple, very subtle scene of him just calmly collecting all
the
of the
for
stories.
you for all of us line, bro.
Mhm.
That
Mm.
hit me like a cement block, dude. Like for some reason, like instantly as he said it, like the scene from Thor 1 just like came in my mind. Like everything just like
For
his
you,
it felt like
for
his
all of
life
us.
flashed before like my eyes, like of his like life in the MCU. What a
Yeah.
beautiful arc, dude.
Mm.
What an unbelievably beautiful arc.
That might be
Ah,
story like writing wise, that might be my
one.
favorite thing they
Number
did.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite. Like I can't really think of there was a few other things that they did that was really good,
To me, like
but
if I had to rank it, fuck dude, that gets close to Cap wielding Mjolnir. If I had to like rank just like
yeah.
scenes in the MCU.
So like as far as like
Or just
badass as far as like
it's hard because
cool,
they're
like
so different.
impactful badass scenes go, Cap has it. But
Yeah.
as far as like well thought out,
Writing,
well
art.
planned,
Yeah.
like because like this was planned, like they ended up
His
taking
whole arc
a
is just
story
it's beautiful.
and pulling it
Like
together in a very
it's
smart way.
so beautiful. Like
Yeah.
and like Caps is too, like with him like the like whole old man Cap giving that's another scene that is super great.
Mhm.
The old man
Dialogue
Cap.
wise, like there are some scenes that are like really good dialogue
Yeah, there we
wise.
go. Here, let's think of some
Yeah.
dialogue scenes. What are some fantastic dialogue scenes?
Hmm.
Very recently, we just got the Punisher and Daredevil.
Oh yes.
That
Oh
might be one of the number one. dialogue
Yeah.
scenes in
If you
all of
guys if
like
you guys haven't watched it, go watch Daredevil, and
seriously.
we don't want to ruin this scene for you at
Yeah,
all cuz it is really
seriously.
good.
It's
But
beautiful.
the way that he's the Punisher is just poking him and poking
Dude,
him.
it's a fight with words. Like it's like a verb, it's like a conversation battle between superheroes. It's so cool. Because like you're saying, Punisher is like attacking him,
He,
like saying
he
these very personal things, like things that like no one else in his life, even Karen or anyone
no
close to him, will like say to his face. And then it's Matt like being defensive, kind of like a fight, you know? And like to the point I love when he backhands him and he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, like
That's what
damn
he
you, Frank."
wanted.
Like
That's exactly what he wanted.
it's
Like
so good. The acting in that scene, the writing, it's
I
fantastic.
just had a thought actually for the first time genuinely that I didn't think about in the moment, but Frank doesn't let him bullshit. He doesn't let him be a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's
You
what
know.
he's
Yeah,
so
no, for
good at
sure.
is manipulating and twisting words and making it seem like he's morally
He's
right, or that
so
he's
cut and
convinced
dry.
himself. Yeah, like he's able to convince himself because he's so good at manipulating and twisting words. But Frank just cuts straight through and tells him the
Uh,
truth,
well,
whether
just
he
like with
wants
the
to
like,
hear it or not.
yeah, dude, like say his name then.
Hmm. Like he
You
like
know,
he knows
like it's
like
so good, dude. The
uh,
that like that guilt, that shame, like that that's
that's
my
where I
home, man.
live. Like
Like,
yeah,
that
like
shit is so good, bruh.
uh,
I can't think. I don't think of a better dialogue scene.
no, the only one that even comes close pops into my mind like right away is Ultron's birth in Age of Ultron.
Ooh, no, that's
Dude,
good.
I'm also a little biased right now because I've been kind of rewatching and trying to get back into the Blacklist. So
Oh hell yeah,
James Spader's like really high on my mind right now.
dude.
But
No, but
James
yes,
Spader,
dude. All
the
of his
way
dialogue scenes
like
in
watching the
Age of
Blacklist
Ultron.
makes
Age of
me
Ultron
think of
gets so
yeah.
much hate, dude, and I hate
Oh,
it because like almost every single piece of dialogue from Ultron is incredible. Like,
Oscar
please,
worthy
if you disagree
performance.
with that, like, please tell me why, because I see so much hate on Age of Ultron, and I can't wrap my mind around it because every time I watch the movie, there are bad parts. Yes, there are
Yeah.
bad aspects to it, like all around, but like Ultron himself, like captivates me in such a way that like I kind of brush over all those other things. Like
Hmm.
you're saying, his birth, the like, no, like how could you be worthy?
When he's learning everything and
Where
downloading
he's
everything, and
talking
he's like
about them,
becoming
dude.
horrified by humanity and
When
like
Jarvis is like, "Oh, like wait, like you're under distress," and he's like, "No, yes." Like every piece of dialogue in that movie is so well
and
written, so
and
thought out.
the way it's delivered as
Oh,
well.
dude, yeah,
Like
fantastic.
that's what really gets me is James Spader's delivery. And like I was gonna say, you can see it throughout the Blacklist as well. Just he has these like it's almost like they gave him this role that role because of
Oh no,
Ultron,
100%.
because they were like, okay, this guy can deliver monologues and say epithets in ways that no
Right.
one's ever done it before.
Just like there, like I'm
Like
trying to think of some other just like banger. Um, well, when he says you're mistaking peace with quiet to
oh.
Thor, just like every little tiny bit of dialogue between him and anyone is so good. It's so
Mhm.
good.
Because he's right for the most part. That's the thing about that, and it's why Civil War happens. It's why they break up because like a part of all of them knows that in some way, shape, or form, Ultron at his core message was right.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
like they are more of a
It,
problem than they are a
it's very
solution.
interesting. Now that you got Ultron on my mind, I'm thinking of another really good dialogue scene, and it's between the two visions in WandaVision, White Vision and regular
Oh
Vision,
yeah,
where they're talking about like who's real, you know, and like if it like the
where they're
ship of
like playing
Theseus,
chess
where
essentially. Yeah,
dude that like um about like it like is who's real, like is the because the ship of Theseus, right, is they remove like the wooden blocks and fix it, and then over time, like is it still the ship of Theseus or is it just something else entirely now, and
because
does it
not a
matter, and like
yeah.
all of this, it's such a perfect analogy to the White Vision and Vision. It's incredible.
And
Like,
the way that that conversation takes place, it's almost like verbal chess. Like they're
yes,
literally
like,
like
well,
trying to
it's like they're like unopposing, and they're like, because obviously they want to be the real one, and then they're
Mhm.
like having this conversation, and then it comes to the mutual understanding of like, oh, like both are the ship,
And
like,
neither.
and neither, like, incredible, like it's so good.
What happened? What happened? What
What
happened to
happened, Marvel?
the
Ah!
Phase 5 has had zero writing like this. Like none of that.
Yeah.
Like
Well, apart from the Daredevil one we were just talking
well,
about.
yeah, that is hopefully a good sign
Daredevil
of the
had good
uptick.
writing in it. It just didn't have like that action that we were like looking for. Because like another good piece of writing that I can think of in that is after the police officers go to like kill that dude, and Matt is waiting for them in the apartment. He
Mhm.
like beats the shit out of like all those police officers as Matt, like not
Yep.
even as Daredevil, but as Matt. And then in the courtroom, the police officer like
Mhm.
on the stand, and he's like, "Oh,
Got
like
the
I
black
understand
eye.
that you have a black eye, officer." And he's like, "Yeah, like whatever." And he's like, "Oh, like my dad was a boxer, and I hear that like the best cure for a black eye is fast hands." Dude, that's the most savage thing possible. Like
To the
that
point
is
where the judge is like, "Counselor, like what are you doing?"
that's like you know in Mortal Kombat that's brutality, dude. Like
Yeah, that's rough.
he's like, go ahead, like tell the people. Do you have that black eye from the blind lawyer in front of you?
That just
Like,
beat the absolute shit out of you. Yep.
yeah, it's yeah, the aura, aura.
For sure, for sure. Another one that I think gives off like aura like that in a different way, and I'm kind of jumping over to like more of a legacy piece is
Yeah, we've
the
been talking so much MCU and
yeah
DC.
yeah
Let's try to get our brains
what
elsewhere.
one that makes me think of like just that aura is in it's again one of the better scenes of a not super great movie is Magneto's train scene in Dark
Dark,
Phoenix. The way he's just effortlessly tossing things aside, it's very much that vibe of just like
dude.
aura, like
Yes, like he is so dude. That whole movie actually, he saves for me.
Mhm.
Like he
It's
saves
not a
that
great
movie.
movie. He's
No,
really really
he's
great in it.
incredible. Like not only him, but like again, he kind of has that like Loki arc, where his arc
Mhm.
from movie 1 to movie 4 is so incredibly beautiful. That like where he is at the place that he's at in Dark Phoenix, he he has full control over that concept that Charles taught him in the first movie of pain and serenity. Being in
Mhm.
between that point is where he's the strongest. He can just get there.
He
Like you
just
said, like
is
he just
there at all
crushes the
times.
train and throws it like it's a piece of paper in his hand.
Yep,
You know, like
and I love the way they show that because the juxtaposition from First Class when he's like struggling to turn
yeah,
the
yeah, dude.
satellite, now he can just
He doesn't even believe that he can do it. Yeah, dude. Like the way the guns like all like come behind him and like
yeah.
point at like, dude, that shit is like you said, aura maxed
Mhm.
out,
Yep.
like just fully maxed out aura, dude. That shit is so cool. Now I'm trying to think of some other just like what scenes have just crazy aura like that. I don't know if I can. Uh, this is also a weird one off of a. I don't even know if this is a comic book, but V for Vendetta,
Oh,
the intro where
mm,
uh,
it
dude,
is a
I'm not even
comic
gonna
book actually. Yeah,
try
I
to
did.
to.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you guys haven't seen V for Vendetta, do yourself the favor and go watch that movie.
just honestly look up V's introduction because he does
It's
this monologue.
so good.
I want to say it's the Hugo Weaving. It's
Yes.
Mr. Smith from
Yeah.
the Matrix movies. The way he delivers that
It's
monologue, it's. I
perfection.
now that you say that, that's on par with Ultron's like
Yes. No.
monologues.
Yeah.
The way that his monologues are, that's the only
I think
character that
I
can.
think you're right, dude. And I think just like maybe of how I'm remembering right now, I would choose V.
I think so. I mean,
Uh,
me personally, again, that was one of those movies that blew my fucking tits off. Like,
dude.
I just, I
Yes.
Mm,
that like that intro, like everything about the movie, but just
yeah.
that intro, dude, that has to be one of the best in character introductions of all time. Like,
I can't think of a better one. If you guys can think of a better introduction than from V for Vendetta, please let me know so I can watch it.
straight up, I'm trying to.
Cause
I'm now like, dude, this is such a good topic because like, there's so many different types of scenes that are
I feel
set
like
up good
I feel
in
like there's
such a
like
good way, and
so
like
many
now
we haven't
opening
even come
scenes.
close to,
Yeah, dude, like one that
Like,
comes into my mind is the Watchmen opening.
oh, come gather round people wherever you
Dude,
roam.
dude, okay. 20 out of 10 on the song choice.
Amazing.
And then just like the way the scenes go, like
Because that song was about the time that montage was based in. That
I
montage
didn't
is
even
based in
consider
the
that. That's
60s.
beautiful.
That
That's
song is from and about the 60s.
dude.
Like,
And then like the way the like, we hate on Zack Snyder here. Like we un- it's just the truth. But he did a beautiful job with that with Watchmen. And
300 and
it's with
Watchmen are his good
specifically in that
movies.
opening scene, like the way that like it's telling the like all of the backstory that you need to know going into this film, because a lot of people weren't Watchmen fans, right?
Hmm.
Like I was one of them. I didn't know before watching the movie what Watchmen were. I just wanted to
Hmm.
watch it because it was superhero shit.
Hmm.
uh and it
And
just like
me too.
it gave me everything I needed to know in that little bit of backstory to go forward with the movie.
Yep.
Like
And the way they
like
did it, it's like immediately sucks you in emotionally.
yeah, for
Like, you're
sure.
immediately and emotionally invested in this
Well,
world.
that's Bob Dylan, baby.
That's good old Bobby D. No, that you're absolutely right though. In the song choice was definitely
Oh, dude. And now
next
here's
level.
another one
But
that just popped in my mind of opening scenes. The Batman. That might be the best one.
oh,
That actually might be the best one.
I'm
It's
vengeful.
so different
All
though.
right.
Like, cause like I was just saying, like this one set up like a backstory. A backstory was necessary, and like this one set it up like so beautifully. The Batman, we don't need the backstory setup. This opening set up the tone,
I
the
was gonna say this
aura,
goes back to the aura
the
again.
like,
This goes back to like how much
dude,
aura that
straight
goddamn
up
character has.
he wasn't in the scene. That's how much aura. His aura covers the city in that
Yeah.
scene, dude. The beauty of the shadow work, dude.
And
Matt
then
Reeves,
and then at the end
I
they show why.
praise you, dude.
They show
Yes,
why at the end that,
dude.
like, with the I am vengeance, him just
Right.
brutally beating
Ending
him.
with like, yeah, dude. But like,
That's
when he says like, uh, they're afraid of the shadow, like they think I'm in the shadows, but like, uh,
they don't
fuck,
realize
man,
that I am the shadows.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
Like the way that like all the crime starts dissipating around the darkness as he's monologue. That's another just 20 out of 10 monologue
Yeah.
by Pattinson. Like so incredibly
I,
good.
you had even more. We both had reservations. You had
Oh,
objectively
so yeah.
so many more reservations than I did.
I was
But we
upset.
both, yeah, but we both had our reservations within the first 5 minutes of that movie. They were gone.
Gone, dude. Like that scene, just like again, Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, it that might be one of my favorite comic book scenes because it depicts Batman in what I think is the absolute perfect way. The
Hmm.
obsession. Like just like the opening when he comes back and then he takes the contacts out of his eyes and what the words he was monologuing was the words on a journal that he's journaling every single night. Every single night after he gets done being Batman, he takes his
Learning.
contacts out, puts them in, and watches over his night over and over. Like in 10 minutes, they show a better Batman than in my opinion, we've gotten ever.
Ever. By
Like
far. I think, like, they spent the
that Bruce is
first
sick.
they
Like
spent the
they
first
show that so good.
they spent the first 40 minutes of Batman Begins showing a worse depiction than the Batman did in 7.
Hot take, bro, because like and I love my Christopher Nolan Batmans. There's like
Yeah.
some scenes that I have on my list here actually from that movie. like Ledger's clapping
Oh,
in the
just
jail cell.
his entire performance, yeah. But
Like that shit
specifically
is like
that.
in the spine chills that I
Mhm.
get when I think about that scene. Uh, the like whole like ship scene,
Mm.
the that like Sophie's Choice, like that he like delivers to like Batman. I love the Christopher Nolan movies, but I'm 100% with you. In all, they did more in the 10 minutes than in the 3 films of Christopher Nolan movies
That's a hot take, and I
to
can't
set
say I
up
disagree though.
like
Like, I want to,
like
but I don't think I
what the
can.
Batman is.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, how sick Bruce is as a person.
Hmm.
Like
How much help he needs,
how
just
much
like
that
to
Bruce
not
is
be.
the facade that he
Yeah,
is Batman. Like it's this like obsession. I could go on and on and on
yeah.
about that.
And
That
I
is
do like I hope that in Batman Part Two they do like because they kind of have Alfred in the first one showing him and kind of trying to tell him like, dude, you need to be a person too, like
yeah.
regardless of how much you don't want to be, and
I hope
like
he
I
learns how
don't
to
care if
use
it's a
Bruce
facade. Yeah,
for the benefit of Batman.
exactly. Yes, that's what I was
Kind of how he
getting at.
take like
Yeah.
he'll take Alfred and be like, "Fine, I'll go be a person for Batman."
Yep.
Like Alfred being like, "Fine, dude.
I
Like so
don't
long as
care.
you eat a fucking berry every now and then." Like he's like, "Master Bruce, would you please eat a nut?" Like, would you eat something? He's like, I have ground it up into a smoothie for you to just, it's the easiest thing, nutrition.
He's like, no, I must train. You're gonna die, man.
Like, yes, training.
If I die, then I'm just too weak. I need to train more if I die.
Dude, you guys, please tell us if you've been enjoying this episode because this has
Yeah.
been an extremely fun topic. Like, I don't even think we've scratched the
We could do a
surface
whole another 30-40
of,
minutes on
yeah.
different scenes. I swear to God, we could. We
Where
very
are we
well
at?
might.
Where are we at
I
for
think
time
yeah,
here?
we're about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, and we could do probably another 30 minutes. So
Man,
let us know if
yeah,
that's
if you
something you
want a
guys
part
want to.
two, we
Yeah.
could definitely do a part two of this. Kyle, let's end it then with one more from each of us. What's
Okay.
like, if there's one more scene that you can talk about, if we're never doing another episode about this, and if there's one more scene you can talk about,
So we've done a lot of
what is it?
superhero, Marvel, DC. I'm gonna go with oof.
God,
Oh
there's so
man.
many,
One
dude.
just another one just popped into my head as I was about to say one. Oh no. Uh, okay, we're gonna go with Splinter versus Shredder in the Michael Bay TMNT movies.
Surprising. Coming
Yeah,
from left field, dude. Nice though. Dude, nice with it
that
though. That
is
is such a fucking awesome scene, dude.
it's the only time we've ever gotten to see Splinter be Master Splinter.
I was just about to say, I love scenes when they show you the why.
You know,
Why he's the
I
master.
just realized
You know what I mean?
that scene gives off the exact same vibes as Yoda in the Star Wars movies
Yes,
when
like
he's
yes, dude.
fighting Dooku and he's
Like
flipping around like a madman. Same vibes.
like when you get to see Stick Fight in the Daredevil like
Hmm.
Netflix series, like when you get to see these masters like fight
Prove.
and you get to see like why they're where they're at, dude. That scene is awesome. The Michael Bay movies arguably have a lot wrong with them.
Oh
There's
yeah,
a lot I dislike about those movies,
yeah.
but the badassery level is
Can't
definitely
argue
not one of them. Is
that.
definitely not one of them, dude. That's a good one, man. I'm like, dude, there's so many. I'm like looking at my list here, and like, there's from the Snyder cut. One of my this scene is actually one of my favorite scenes of all of the Snyderverse. Like, we hate on the Snyderverse here, you guys.
Hmm.
Like, it is a well known fact that Colin and I are not Snyderverse people. But
No.
there's like the scene in the Snyder cut. It's at the very end of the movie. It like this shows the disservice that they did to Jared Leto's Joker. Jared Leto is another one that gosh,
Oh
he's
yep,
a
I know what
touchy
you're
one.
talking. Yeah.
But this scene where Bruce and him are talking and he mentions killing Jason to him and he's like poking at like Batman with killing Jason and then
Poking the bear.
Batman tells him about holding Harley and her begging him with her last breath that he would kill him. And like the tension in that scene
And then he
That is like
breaks it. The way that
between
he breaks it
dude.
is
When he's like he
so
does that
impressive.
that cackle he does. He's like you almost got
Almost got me. Yep.
like that man. That like scene between two actors is like again, we were talking about the dialogue, like the crazy good dialogue scenes. That's up there for me with all
Yep.
of those.
That
With
scene
all of
is literally
a
after
truce, Bruce.
Bruce.
Dude,
I didn't want to see more of the DCU. I didn't want to see more Batfleck. I didn't want to
but
see more
boy, I
Jared
wanted
Leto.
more of that.
After that, I was like, maybe.
Like that. What I saw that I was like, why?
The
Like why?
potential.
Why is this what you guys weren't focusing on at all? Like Jesus. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, and the potential for it. You know what's interesting is because Jared Leto is a freak of nature as a human being, because he's
He's a
like
weird man, dude.
well, like, no, he's like 50 something years old and he looks
He's a
24.
vampire.
Like
He's
he's
a
a
real
literal
vampire.
vampire. But I just had the thought, like, he's the same age as Ben Affleck for the most part,
That's
and
true.
like looks way younger. And that
That's
also
true.
worked towards the Joker toxin, like having messed with
Yeah, totally.
Jokers.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
that was actually, now I'm thinking about it, those two, the juxtaposition of those two was really well cast. It just
Underutilized, dude.
underutilized and not written as the focus. It wasn't
I
the
don't even think
focus
they
of the
thought like
story.
I don't know how or why they didn't like go there. But I'm not gonna use that scene, Kyle. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna say that that's a scene that I'm not gonna use, so I get to
Oh,
talk
I
about it
see,
as
I
well
see, I
and not
see.
use it because I am between. I'm so stuck between. So I think what I'm gonna go with is I'm gonna go on the emotional tip because in the last episode we were talking about deaths, right? And we got to
Mhm,
talk about just like weeping at movies.
mhm.
The ending of Guardians 3, there's no death, but the way that I cried, man, like it's done so beautifully. This is why, like in James Gunn, we trust, bro, because that man masterpiece of those three movies, dude, that he was able to do. There's so much in the ending of the third Guardians that is so emotionally
The
charged.
the
Like
tragedy of Rocket alone is just
so good.
it's too much.
It's
Like
so good,
full
man.
full chills.
Like at the end, like Star Lord, like the relationship between him and Gamora, like the like them like him finally letting her go, and like
Mhm.
that scene, bawling, dude, when Drax and Mantis like are going their separate ways. Like that scene in My Hero where he cries and it craters him into the ground.
Yes.
That's how I feel at that
Yes.
scene, dude. Like I was just like I remember watching this movie, dude, and just crying at that like Star Lord Gamora shit. And
Yeah.
then like that comes up, and I'm just like a mess, dude. Like a mess. And then like the way that they play the music at the end, and it's the
Yes.
all of nowhere, just like dancing and like being happy to this shit,
Ugh.
bruh. It's it's one of my favorite comic scenes, like of anything of all time.
Yeah.
Like that, like the feeling you get watching the ending of that movie is like it's
Unmatched.
it's comics, dude. Like it's
That's
so
why,
beautiful.
again, we were saying it before, that's why we read comics. That's why we watch this stuff. That's why
Yes,
we
dude.
love this stuff, is because of not just the cool badassery, but also the things that can make you weep like a child.
Dude, the grabbing of your heart, like when, like again, like when Groot goes to Gamora and finally, and she can understand him,
Hmm.
and like, dude, like it hit me watching that movie that like everyone lost Gamora like as their friend, as their lover, like as whatever, but like
He
Groot
lost
lost
his
his
mom.
mama,
Hmm.
dude, because this isn't Groot. Like this baby Groot is a totally different being than like the
Yep.
Groot that we knew in the first movie. Like, so like that moment between them, dude, just like weeping, bro. It's so good. Like
Yeah.
James Gunn's use of music in all of those films.
He might be the
I can't
best
say enough
director
about
as
it.
far as like there's only one person that I consistently enjoyed the soundtracks of as much, and that's Zach Braff from
Him, and then I was
Scrubs.
gonna say, and Ryan Coogler. I would put
Yeah,
him up there too.
I'd put him
His
up there
soundtrack
too.
usage, those three,
Good
peak, dude.
stuff. Yeah.
Like the last thing I'll say about this scene at all is before the end fight with what who, wow, why can't it the high evolutionary,
Yeah.
Jesus. I was like, why
Jesus.
can't I think of the name of the dude? Before the end fight with the high evolutionary, when they're all like gearing up to fight, and like Rocket just gets revived, and like this is the fight of his life. Like this is when you realize that all three Guardians movies were really just a movie about Rocket getting to
Mhm.
this point so that he can like stop the high evolutionary. Like that's like the ultimate guardian of the galaxy that
Yeah.
like can be done. And like when they're like gearing up for the fight and they're like riding up to nowhere and they're in the spaceship, uh I don't know what song is playing, but Rocket is like sitting in his spaceship and he's just like alone and just like vibing like to this just like mellow song. Dude, I don't know what the reason is, but like that might be one of my favorite scenes in anything ever. Just like it's so cool to me that like music wasn't a thing until Peter introduced it to space. Like music and
Mhm.
space wasn't a thing in the first Get Guardians. Like the only one listening to music is Peter. And then by the end, like the way, like I said, like they have it hooked to all of nowhere. Everyone in nowhere feels it and moves to it. Like at this moment of like the highest culmination of like his life, like the battle, like the way that Rocket gets ready and like gets his mind right is to just like sit by himself and just listen to like a chill song and just like vibe to it for a sec and then like go to the battle. Bruh,
To lock
like
in.
that's so it's so human. That's so
Mhm.
cool. Like that's such good like you said, like directing, such good vision in like
Character development too. Like
beautiful, dude.
mm.
Like this is what like gets me as a 30-year-old man to make a silly podcast about comic books. Like this, like it's those feelings that you get that like it's undeniably good. It makes you feel so good. And like that scene is one just for me personally. And I'm sure there's so many scenes for all of you guys out there that like give you that like personal like connection. And please, please tell us about what they are. Like I couldn't think of a more honorable thing than to share favorite scenes with comic book nerds across
Yeah,
the
like
internet.
that, like it's very important to us, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
these scenes like generally have a lot of impact on us because some of them are like things that we saw as kids that made us feel, oh, I'm not like a weirdo. Oh, there are people like me. Oh,
totally.
there's just lots of different things that this genre specifically
Yeah.
has a really
Dealing
good.
with tragedy, dealing with death, dealing with loss,
It
dealing with
makes
like anything, man.
kids and young people feel like they belong, like they're not freaks, like they have a place in this world, in the society. No matter what, you have a role and you matter, and
And that
that's
like honestly is the crux and the core of like why we started this was to get the message out that like yes, comic books are for children and they're childish and they're kiddie in a lot of ways, but like there is
kids
so
need
much
lessons too.
value for adults in all of this. Like the reason that it's good for kids is because it's really good for adults who have lost their fucking way of their inner child. Like
Yeah, it's
that's
it's
the
it's
goal of
it's
everything.
it's it's good to try and keep kids from losing their way, and it's good to help adults who have lost their way back to a better path.
Damn right, dude. I like I can't tell you the amount of times that just a silly movie scene or a comic book panel has made me feel
Saved me.
better or like
Like, I'm not
literally
even
just like talked me off
exaggerating.
a ledge or like any sort of situation, just like the relatability, the needing to cry, like after that like
Introduced me
Guardians
to
experience
my
that I
best
had.
friend in the world, like,
Hell yeah, dude. Like hell yeah. Like it's so impactful to lives, like not just young people's lives, but just lives in general.
Yeah.
That is, like we said, that is the core of what we want to do here. So if you guys agree with this, if you guys enjoy this type of content, if you feel the same about comic books, please join us. We want to create a community around this shit. Like that is the ultimate goal. If I had a genie, one of my genie wishes would be to expand out a dope ass comic book community that we can just talk to each other about all our favorite shit all the
Yeah, for real. I was just thinking about this the other day. You can't wish for ultimate power, but you can wish for very abstract things like Dr. Manhattan's powers.
time.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we do appreciate you guys stopping by. We do hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know if you want to see more. Give us some suggestions in the comments so we can shout them out when we do part 2.
Us your favorite superhero film scenes. We want to know them.
Yeah,
We missed so many.
We will certainly be back with another episode because
Hell yeah.
we maybe got through a half of the list that we collated.
Dude, and we didn't even make that good of a list.
No,
Like that's the thing.
kind of threw it together.
So many. So please tell us what your favorites are. We'll include them if they're not already in our list so that we could talk about them. We'll shout you out. All of that stuff. So we will see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks.
Peace.